Welcome back. This is part 4 of my playthrough of Final Fantasy I, the Pixel Remaster version that came out not too long ago. I just, in the last time, broke out of the opening sea where you start with all the original towns, and then they got the nitro powder to blast open the canal and made it to the destroyed town. What is this? Melmond, I think? Yes, Melmond, where the game wants me to go to the Earth Cave and start investigating what's wrong. This is the part where I start deviating from what the game wants me to do, because after playing the game 1.5 billion times as a kid and over the years in the original Nintendo version, the PS1 Final Fantasy Origins version, the iOS version on my phone, didn't play the DS, but it's basically the same thing if I understand right. After all these different versions, I have established my own play style and the order in which I like to do things, and realized that as soon as you get the boat, you can make it over to Crescent Town, or Crescent Lake, whatever it's called. And once you can do that, you get access to some more advanced weaponry and armor and spells and some fights to level up a little faster. And so my normal sequence of events is in the Marsh Cave, abusing save states, depending on what version of the game I'm playing. I would normally spend 10-15 minutes or so just going and fighting Pisco Demon after Pisco Demon and dying a lot of times, but when I got lucky and only fought a couple of Pisco Demons, then I could quickly get through them and they die, and then you get lots of experience. And so it was a really fast way to grind up levels in just repeat battles against an enemy that gives you a lot of experience, assuming you survive the fight. That does not seem to be an option because they started putting monsters in chests, and last time investigating one of said chests, there was also a little monster in a cloak that I remember from Final Fantasy IV, noticeably when you're down in the summoning cave or being attacked in Fabul. The little monsters in cloaks was there, and that turned out to be the Pisco Demons that used to be just a forced battle when you stepped on that square. And since the little creature went away, the sprite went away after I killed it, I don't think it is an option to sit there and grind on that spot anymore. So I didn't really even try reopening the chest. At that point, I really just needed to get out of that cave. I might try it later on. There's a couple of different places where I normally would also grind, abusing that method of just refighting the same fight over and over again. The Castle of Ordeals and the Ice Cave both offer prime options for doing that. So if you're not playing this version and you want a really great spot to grind, I will point those out when I get there, and if I can use them I will, but somehow I don't think this version is going to let me. Oh, I wanted to save right then. Oh, I don't like these guys. Everybody... Nope! You were supposed to do magic. Okay. Now, in theory, I believe Bizarra... let's go Faraga. That's my biggest spell. And you... go ahead and do a heal. Nobody really needs it except those two. Oh well. Just in case. Because that's going to happen. Now all of a sudden I really need healing. Because holy crap. These things hit hard. Ooh, that is much more worthwhile than I remember it being. They upped the power of the heal spell in this version. Okay, you... Ooh, kind of tempted to use you for healing, but... Okay, well, the two of them, plus that Faraga, killed one of these things. So, stats, you just go ahead and provide some extra damage support. Talon, I need you to get in there and heal Kanan before they kill him, please. There we go. Teamwork! Yes! No! There we go. Come on, one left, and then we get to see some really great experience here. Because I'm technically not strong enough or ready for this probably, but that's why I like grinding here. Come on, somebody just... There you go. Look at that! 4,700 experience, divided 4 ways. Each of them still gets over 1,000 experience for that one battle. That's awesome. And that's why we're doing this. But it is a little bit harrowing trying to survive this trip into town on the first trip. Because there will be other battles with lots of snakes and lobsters, so poison galore, and those onheg things. Single troll, not so bad, I can deal with that. Those onheg things, those can really dish it out, and if you are unlucky and they all target the same guy, that person will die at this point. And, oh, so close. Let's see, okay, regular scorpions, not a big deal. And we're right outside the town, so this is about a Blizzara. Let's see if Blizzara plus Palin can kill the Scorpion. Minotaur not as hardy as I was expecting. Alright, easier fight than I thought. Well, that was a bit of a waste, wasn't it? Yeah, again, why don't you do a whole lot of... Why I don't use Black Mage, because... Not necessary. Alright. Ooh, good stats increase there, guys. Well done. Alright. Let's make it into the town. Into the town. Thank you. Alright, now we get to see what we can get out of this. Lots of silver stuff, right? Mithril? Yes. Alright, Mithril Mail you've already got. Mithril Shield you can't use, but a couple of bucklers. Expensive. Okay. Anything that raises my defense. Yes, there we go. Now they will start occasionally blocking with their shields, I think, that they couldn't do before. Alright, knife, worthless. Sword, there we go. And with... See, I just bought him sword, but... Oh well. Good enough. Big enough improvement. I will take any stat increase I can get at this point. Sell. Longsword. Alright, there we go. That right there made this trip worthwhile, because those were defense I didn't have before. Let's see. Can't afford anything, but he could get the spell. Protera, can't use it yet. Exit, so just Stona, which... Another one that I sometimes buy, sometimes don't. And you can't use anything because they don't like red mages here. So at this point, walk all the way down over here, which is a much longer trek when you don't have sprint. And you get to talk to people. The infamous Lucan. I see a cycle of wrath, a dim night guided by destiny, about which our entire future revolves. That was not at all prophetic. Those ages are we guided to this land by the stars and the prophecy? Worthless. 4 great crystals exist in this world. The light that once shone within them is now lost. The 4 fiends of chaos block the power of the crystals, claiming it as their own. Okay, well. Fire, earth, water, and wind. These are the 4 forces that compose our world. Okay, pretty basic. Source of the 4 forces are the altars scattered throughout the world. Defeat the fiends that have taken root there and lift up the crystal you carry to the altar. Okay, the crystal should regain its brilliance. Yep, thanks. The 4 fiends plot to rule the world both past and present. Now, how do you know that? Just out of curiosity? The Fiend of Wind appeared 400 years ago, followed 200 years later by the Fiend of Water. Together they laid waste to the civilization in the north 400 years ago. What have you people been doing in all this time? Fiend of Earth rots the land. I guess he's more recent then. Where the Fiend of Fire passes, all is engulfed in flame. When all four crystals shine once more, return here. Oh, okay. And I'm running out of old man voices. Okay. Power directed, yeah. 200 years of water, then came earth and fire. Apparently they don't deserve their own time frame. A lot of repeat information there. Really, there's no point in coming there until you have defeated the Earth Fiend, and then apparently, once you've defeated all the fiends, if you don't know where to go yet, that would be the place to find out. Okay. So, quick save, because I can. And let's see how bad the fights are here. A couple of quick fights here should make it worthwhile. See, Hilgigus. This is what I will be grinding against when I get to the Earth Cave. There's one particular spot in the Earth Cave where, like, every step you take, you fight one or two of these things. And so this is proof of concept that I can do quick fights against them and get some solid XP out of it. So yeah, 1700 XP, quick and easy. Oh good, thank God Kanan is finally getting some better stats there. Right. Yeah, see, this is why it's such a great place to grind, because as long as you don't get stuck against like that massive 4 onhegs or something, the XP you get compared to what you need for your next couple of levels is very much out of balance, and so you can, assuming you can survive it, you can very quickly get a level or two here, which then by the time you get back to the place where you're supposed to be, makes it a lot easier. And you might get a level where you might have gotten 2 levels before, so you don't miss out. Ooh, nice. By having done this. And nope, Faraga. So it doesn't get you that far ahead by doing it this way. Oh, I really should have cast a heal spell with Palin. Ow. Come on, no. Stop it. Alright, that'll give him one more hit at best. Dude. Okay. Cannon survives. He is still just a little bit squishy. I mean, yeah, he's got no armor, or he's got, he's wearing a bracelet. So not that great of armor when you get down to it, but still. So now I don't care so much about needing to use the odd antidote. One more fight, and go top off at the end. One more real fight. If I get a quick kill against the troll, then I'm not gonna bother. Alright, this could be. Never mind, not gonna be a tough fight. XP, nice. So that's what, 400 apiece there? Literally just shy of 1600. So quick and easy, much better XP for faster fights than I can find elsewhere right now. You can find Minotaurs and Trolls and Hilgiguses, originally known as just Giant. You can find these all in the Earth Cave, so these are not any more advanced than what you're what you face there. but you don't fight groups of 4 onhegs down in the Earth Cave. So that makes this area just that much harder to get through when you're trying to grind here. It's the onhegs that are the threat to you. Alright, what is it? 500 XP more. Or slightly more than that for Kanan. I will be bitter about that for the rest of the playthrough. Hilgigas, yes. So I always hear people talk about, and these are almost definitely older people who, or excuse me, younger people who have come later to the Final Fantasy series, because I always hear, you know, what for a lot of people, your first Final Fantasy is your favorite Final Fantasy, and obviously for people who started way back here, that's not the case, because this, I don't know that this is anyone's favorite Final Fantasy. It obviously has nostalgia power, but that's about all it's got going for it. It's fun. It's a good idea to go back and look and play, see where it all started from. But, you know, unless you played... Oh, crap. Unless you played this as a kid, or you are able to enjoy the nostalgia of going back and looking at it with fresh eyes, I don't know that anyone would get to this game and be like, oh, this is amazing, this is the best one ever. So, yeah. Ooh, I really should have gone into town here. This is worth it. Come on, Kanan, live. Excellent, good. Well, good use of magic gear stats. Ah, see, there's that shield. Alright. Go ahead and kick off the Bazaar, get a little bit of it damage to help cover the difference. Just in case. Because you probably will take a hit. And then we definitely need to go into town after this. Yeah. Alright, come on, Kanan. Finish that one off. Here we go. Overkill because nobody needs this much, but I don't want to get surprised this close to finishing the fight. Like that. Yes, come on, Kanan, finish him up. There you go. Beautiful. And you got your level. Dude, you need more hit points. Yeah. I don't think resting at the inn cures that. For some bizarre reason. There's a later development in the Final Fantasy series that sleeping at the inn cures all ailments. I mean, it cures all wounds. I don't know why it wouldn't cure your poison as well. On the brink of death, you walk in, you crawl into the inn at 1 hit point, wake up the next morning, right as rain, but you're still poisoned. Seems a bit lopsided. Alright, that is all we're going to be doing grinding for that today. So I will take one trip down the Gigas corridor in the Earth Cave, most likely. And then I should already go kill the next mini boss ridiculously fast. I do not mind at all making a boss fight easier. I don't believe in necessarily overpowering, but I don't mind making a fight quicker just to get on with the game. A little bit of grinding here just speeds everything up down the road. All right, and every time. Alright, safe in the water. I like that mini-map there. I don't usually get that. It's nice to be able to tell where I'm going without having to pull up the map independently. Alright, so as people who are new to the game may experience on their own first playthrough, you get the boat, the whole world opens up to you, you can sail anywhere you want, and you can go almost nowhere at all. There are someone in some random town tells you there are few ports in the north. Well, there are no ports in the north. You can't dock your boat anywhere at any city in the north. The Crescent Lake is the only other city that you can dock at in the rest of the game. You can dock on the south side of Elventown, so outside the opening enclosed sea there. And there's a couple of rivers you can stop at. There's a couple of useless docks you can do because they're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. But other than that, you can't really park your boat anywhere useful once you get out to the world at large. And I saw one person doing a blind playthrough. They'd never played the original Final Fantasy, and he wandered all over the place trying to find some place that he could go with the ship now that he had it. And I believe he was quite frustrated by the fact that it did him very little good. Let's see, all of you guys can do that. You go ahead and cure off on him just in case. Shouldn't be worried about damage at this point. I'm just wandering around the ocean. Really? Okay. They want to run away. I'm not grinding against Sahagin chiefs and sharks, that's for sure. Don't need the fight. I think they're decent, but you know, 120 XP, less than 200 XP per person from that fight, compared to the 1,000 something I was getting elsewhere. All right, we'll run here. I think my items are actually doing okay. Potions are low. Yeah, for this fight, for this next section, it's quick in and out. I should not need to overload on items. I will probably need to make a trip to Cornelia, or as the closest town that actually has an item shop, thanks Melmond, after I go make this trip. So we'll go do this trip into the Earth Cave. This is another one of those treks that I remember being much more difficult than it really is, mainly because this game instilled in me the dislike of going through swamps in video games. I have an automatic association with going in the swamp and fighting undead creatures. And it's this area right here, west of Melmond, that did it, because I swear that this is the place where if I walk into the marsh, I get hit by undead and I get stun locked and have died more than once. We'll go with that. I don't know how many times, but I learned the lesson. Don't do it. And so I hug the coast and I stay out of the bloody swamp. Tigers! I'm not allowed to have a tiger. This is an ongoing dispute between me and my wife. Might get a savannah cat someday if I could afford one. Alright. Earth Cave. Save. Alright. So the giant corridor is to the left. Let's go through it once. Just What? What is this gonna be? It's gonna be a fight. This is random. We're gonna focus on the Gigas. Okay, that was nice. Hey, stats, go up. No. Fine, kill a lizard. I kind of wanted you to go attack the Gigas there. Really? Alright. Did they take out the giant corridor here and replace it with little cloaked bad guy dude there? Yeah, see, he's gone. So, yeah, they did. They took it out and they've just put these little dudes in here. That is lame. Oh, they nerfed it. I did not see that coming, that they would actually take that out. Talon hit the lizard. So it used to be like that corridor, every single step you took, you fought a giant, or a Gigas. And so you just walk up and down that, you walk up that corridor once, and you just fought like 20 or 30 of the damn things. And such good experience, quick and easy place to grind. I'm a little disappointed in that. Like, I don't know why they would take that out. Probably because everybody realized that was such an easy place to grind. But it's not, you know, ridiculously OP or anything. I'm a little. I'm disappointed in the places where they have taken out long-established places for grinding. It's just mean. Minotaurs. I'm a little disappointed now. It's gonna make me a little sad for the rest of this video. Items. Kick off a couple of potions here just to. Alright, so there's a couple of chests up top and a couple down the bottom. They are semi-worthwhile. This is not that, since I'm strong enough that this cave is not difficult, then these chests become worthwhile. If I was struggling in here, yes, it would be worthwhile to get the experience from going here and, you know, unintentionally grinding by just going places, but I wouldn't necessarily feel it's worthwhile if I was actually struggling, because when I'm struggling, I'm more inclined to try and get in and get out of some place than I am to hang around and try and level up while I'm there. Unless it's a specific grind spot, which apparently don't exist anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna be quite sad about that. There's a couple of places where I fight the same thing over and over again. Great places to do it, and they've taken that away from me. See? There should have been, this Earth Elemental should have been stationed right outside that chest. All the improvements they've made in this game, that is definitely a step backwards. Yeah, see, 2,000 gil almost. Worth the fight, quick and easy. Ugh. Snakes. I won't finish the line. Not for just 4. Alright, Red Mage, you have exhausted your cure spells. And we haven't made it off the first floor yet. So like, if you couldn't one-shot these things, this place would be so much harder, because you have to take a couple of hits to get through the spiders, which gives them more shots to hit you and poison you, and it just would be so much harder. Let's see. Left is a... I'm looking at the mini map. Left is a dead end, so this is where I want to go. This is an area I very rarely go down here. I'm really only doing it now because they took away my Gigas grinding spot, so I want to get in some extra XP as long as I'm in here. We're just gonna make a run down, kill the boss for this area, get out, and then that'll be it. And I'm gonna have to call it a night after that. The door, the room there's one on the right, and there's another one on the left down there. I don't remember what is in these things. Let the snake run away. It's fine. Monsters. Oh, you're dead. Free XP. Thank you. What do I get? An antidote? Really? Hopefully this one's more worthwhile. You know there's a reason I never come down to these chests. A little bit of money. This room's gonna be a disappointment too, isn't it? Well done. Both of these lead down. Not in my back. Oh. Alright, is this going to be worthwhile? Like elemental. Okay, quick and easy. At least these fights are not hard. Potion and money. So no, not at all worthwhile. I mean, a little bit of money, but you get the XP from walking down here. At least that's the silver lining. I'm looking at the positive side of having to walking down here. Alright, let's see. Nope, not worth it. Bye-bye. Come on, somebody get us out of here. Somebody just failed to get us out. Somebody... There we go. Thank you. I would say the original, at least, it showed you who was trying to escape, so you knew who to thank and who to curse for doing the terrible job. Let's see, items, potions. That was a waste of a potion. There we go. I don't mind it a little bit. Might have to start just running through this dungeon a little faster before I run out. I know there's some chests down at the bottom. I don't remember them being at all worthwhile. This is not a worthwhile fight. Let's get out of there. At least I'm not dropping Gil. Alright, so if I remember right, I go up and down, and then I go down again, down, right. These are all maps that I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. The mini-map there makes it a little bit easier, but I'm still basically trying to remember what these maps look like from having played it enough times. Paladin almost managed a werewolf. Starting to do some damage there, buddy. Alright. There's a room over... Get out of the way, Bat. Yeah, there's a room over there that has, I think, a good sword in it that's worthwhile. And then we're going to the next level down. Bats. Alright, which of you can have it? There it is, Coral Sword, thank you. Coral Sword for you. Really? Better than Worm Killer. Okay, how much? Oh, they're the same. Okay, so can you use the Coral Sword? It's worse. Well, obviously it's worse. Huh. Alright, well, I'm not in the ocean, so the Coral Sword isn't really that big of a bonus right now. When you have a bunch of warriors, ooh, nice. The extra sword at that point used to be nice to have. Now it looks like it's really just sort of there. Does deal extra damage against watery creatures, if I remember correctly. Which, at this point, sailing around in the ocean, there's not that much that really poses a threat or is hard to kill. And by the time you get to the water shrine, the Coral Sword has been far outclassed by everything else you get. So, kind of a useless weapon, really, in the grand scheme of the game. Alright, now let's see. These stairs down should be directly south. There they are. Thank you. Almost Canaan. Although, you know, had you not died, you would already have leveled up, Canaan. Just, I will feel the need to point that out to you for quite a while still. Your saving grace, Canaan, will be the fact that eventually each battle will provide enough XP that you will level up with everybody else, and you will almost make me forget the fact that you died. Almost. Alright, good hit points. If you're gonna wait, at least you're getting decent stats. So there's a room on the... Oh, crap. Nope. Run. Run away. Run away. Flee from the evil burbs. Thank you. I do not have gold needles, nor stona. Those birds are evil. Okay, now I need your Diaspell. Actually, I don't anymore. Now I'm dishing out enough damage that mummies are easy peasy. Nice to know. Got an upgrade since Astos' castle. You need one. You're the one I came in to heal. There we go. Not worthwhile. Oh, never mind. 3,400 gold, I'll take it. Holy... Whoa! Okay, this is different. This is the first time we have faced more than 4 large-scale enemies. 4 used to be the max for this. Wow, okay. Alright, I can do it. Well, not if you're hitting for that damage, I can't. Come on, guys. I shouldn't need too much in the way of magic here, so I can afford to use an AoE there. Oh sure, now you kick out the bit of damage. See, that's all stuff that was supposed to get taken care of by Thundara, guys. See, I tried to showcase the magic, try to give spells they're due, and y'all just totally mess up the plan. Yeah, we're gonna use items. Still got enough potions to... 40, you need it, and you're good. Alright. Yeah, I think we'll have just enough to get through this cave. That's... Yeah, see, this 4 at a time used to be the worst you had to deal with. That was crazy. Like, it wasn't that much harder of a fight. Just not expecting it at all. You could, used to be the smaller screen, the smaller sprites. You know, your skeletons, your undead things, all the rest of the stuff we fought so far. Nope, I'm just gonna walk right away from that. No point in fighting that. All the smaller sprites, you could fight 9 at a time, and we've seen some, you know, some full fights of that. Usually, you fought in 6s and 9s, not a big deal. And these bigger monster sprites, they took up a quarter of the battle screen, so you could fight at most 4 of them. And typically, what you'd end up fighting was 1 or 2 of these on the back row, and then you could fight up to 3 smaller sprite critters on the front row, because you couldn't fit the wide, double wide sprite there, so you took up 50% of the screen. You can't fit 2 more rows of bad guys that take up 30% of the screen each. There should be an earth elemental here, probably with some money, I think. So you never had to worry about fighting too much, because as soon as you put one of these big sprites on the screen, you lose the ability for them to overload you with the little sprites. So 9 little sprites was actually as dangerous or more than facing a handful of the big sprites. But that's 6 at a time. Oh, mother. Okay. Don't like Piscodemons, because you can't run from Piscodemons. I don't have, oh, there it is. I was like, I don't have heal after I have the level 3 spell. Alright, see, these guys aren't that bad anymore. Still don't like them, just on principle. They're big brothers, the Mind Flayers, that share the sprite with them. They're even worse, because they have a one-shot kill. It does like 2 damage, and you die. It's ridiculous. I hate those things. Alright, here we go. This is the big bad, right? This is the one causing all the problems? All things in this world are destined to end in death. The seal cannot be broken, and the earth shall rot. He's a German vampire. You cannot alter destiny, or something vampire. Mere mortals cannot kill the undying. You're not that much bigger than that. Alright. Magic. Fire Rocket will absolutely destroy you. If I had Diara, that would also just totally destroy him. It's really not worth the Dia spell. Oh darn, you stunned Durzo. Whatever am I gonna do? Oh, they heal 14. I forgot that vampires heal. What I need is a way to undo gaze. That'd be a nifty spell, is to undo the stun. I don't think there's a spell or item that undoes that. Well, there may be in this version. There did not used to be. I know that. I don't know about this version. Okay, he's dead. And for some bizarre reason, I get a star ruby. That because I'm not doing extra exploring I don't need to do, I would not have any idea what to do with. Now I will use a Diara spell, because these guys are jerks. I don't want to have problems. Bye-bye. Still a ways before I get my free Diara spells. So later on, and not too much later, really, you can get access to items in the game that have magical spell abilities if you use them in battle. This was not a fact that was actually explained in the original game book for Final Fantasy. It might have been in there somewhere. If it was overlooked by everyone I knew and was related to whoever played this game. And so for a long time we didn't know they existed, so there's a whole bunch of random armor and shields and staves and stuff and swords that it's like, well, this is kind of crappy compared to the stuff I already have. I'll just sell it and get rid of it. And so there was no point in keeping it, and just never knew why it was there. And one day, by accident, I think, I used one of them, and it kicked off an AoE spell, and just absolutely floored me, because I had no idea that was even a thing, that you could get spell effects, get out of the way, Bat, from using items. And at that point, I went through and tested every single item in the game one by one, all the armor and weapons and shields and everything there was. I went through one by one and tested them and see if I could tell what effect it had, because it also did not explain what it was doing. Uh-oh, no, don't you dare. Okay, there's only two. We can do this. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so I went through and wrote down, like, okay, this one causes some form of damage. It did not explain this is ice damage, this is fire damage. It just caused damage. And so based on how much damage it was doing to various monsters, and I think at least the color of what happened on the screen was different. Was the only way of telling what was going on when it was giving AoE damage. Then I could say, oh, okay, this does some form of AoE fire spell. Don't know if it's fire 2 or fire 3. It's fire 2, nothing's that good to give you fire 3. But I went through and wrote down what all the different effects of all the different things were, and some of them I just had to guess. There's one that is the Dia spell, or the Dia 2. And it didn't explain what happened. It just said no effect on all the different monsters on the screen. So I'm like, well, that was a really, really pointless item. And it wasn't until I tried it on some undead, I think, finally, that I realized what it was doing. Then that it was actually a super useful item to have on you. But there's a couple items that I use liberally and throughout the whole game. The first and foremost will be the heal staff when I get it, because free AoE healing, even if it's just a little bit at a time, is fantastic and goes a long way towards keeping my guys topped off on health when I need them to be crawling through dungeons. But the ability for a fighter, or in this case a monk or a thief, to kick off an AoE scourge that is insta-death. Low chance of succeeding, but in one shot he could kill 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different monsters on the screen, which is pretty darn cool. And then also when you're faced with a whole bunch of underwater creatures, you're going through the sea shrine, and you have the ability to kick off a Blizzara spell and a Thundara spell, and then another Thundara spell, and then still use a white mage to kick off a healing spell. It just, you can clear the board and heal yourself very quickly, and it just speeds up the fights and makes things a lot easier. But again, not something that was explained in the original version of the game that I ever saw. And so now, when you look at the items, you can see that they have some sort of effect, and it's really nice, and it's laid out for you. And, you know, kids these days don't know how good they have it. I had to walk uphill both ways to find out what weapons did in the snow. Okay, we're gonna get out of this cave, and then I'm gonna call it a night because we're going for 50 minutes, and next time's gonna be a big update. Alright, that will bring this session to a close. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully you are enjoying these and you will continue to watch the rest of the series as I play through not just Final Fantasy 1, but probably all of the original 6 Final Fantasies. I'll go through them. I'm actually looking forward to see what they do with 4. There's a lot of... I assume it will not have the augments that the 3D version that came out for the mobile had, which I really enjoyed. Actually, I think it really adds something to the game. They made the game a heck of a lot harder to compensate for it, but I find it more fun. But I don't think they'll have those. But there's a few other tricks and exploits and things I'm kind of wondering if they left in the game. So I'll find out when I get there. I'm really looking forward to it. So anyway, hope to see you guys down the road, and please give a like to the video and come back for more. Thanks a lot.